Splash of Bold Creations is one of the many vendors expected to be at this year's Black Expo, offering incredible jewelry creations, by the way. Here to tell us more about her business and the opportunity is the founder of Splash of Bold Creations, Sylvia Neal. Thank you for being here, Sylvia.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. It's a pleasure. So first and foremost, just start off with the story and the inspiration behind Splash of Bold Creations.
Okay, so I started out under a different name. Actually, my original name was called Oshuntoday Creations.
Hmm.
And the whole business started from a seminar that I went to regarding African beads back in the 90s. I went to a seminar to learn more about African beads, and at the end of the seminar, the gentleman leading everything asked if anyone was interested in learning how to make jewelry. I had never made jewelry before in my life, and I said, sure. Out of all the people that attended the seminar, I was the only one that stayed over. And I learned how to make jewelry, and as a matter of fact, he was a master beadsmith in Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
And he took me under his wing and showed me all the little tricks of the trade, and just gave me a lot of inspiration, gave me a lot of beads, just to get me started. And it started out as a hobby, and I still look at it as a hobby because it's something that I enjoy doing. And I do it in my spare time. I don't feel like I'm under a lot of pressure to do it. But over the years, my dad had gotten involved with doing open air shows with the canopies and all of that. And so it grew into much more than I had ever anticipated. Then one day I woke up and I said, I don't want to do this anymore. That was late 90s. And 2 years ago, I started again. I opened up some totes and found my beads and found all of my tools and stuff. And I said, you know what? Let me get back into
Let's
this.
go. Yeah.
And since then, it has become really a stress reliever for me. And so that's why I'm still doing it. But then when I started back up, I asked my daughter if I should keep the old name or if I should get a new name. And she was the one who actually came up with a Splash of Bold Creations. So here I am.
Okay, you brought it full circle right there. I like
Yes,
that. Okay, cool.
yes,
That's evolution. That's going through
yes,
changes and adapting and stuff like that. I'm not mad at it, and I love that story.
yes.
Thank you for
Thank
providing
you.
that. So, with
Thank-
that being said, like there's a lot of different meanings behind African beads, I would assume, right? So can you just kind of break down maybe some of the meanings or significance behind some of these African beads, or what just makes this overall use of African beads different from other jewelry?
Well, now I don't just use African beads. I use sometimes I use crystals, sometimes I use glass beads,
Mm,
sometimes I use lava beads. It just depends, and I don't restrict myself to one particular culture. I use beads from Italy. I use beads from
nice.
Africa. I use from Czechoslovakia. I
Mm,
use them from all over. It doesn't matter to me where they come from. And I found that I have gravitated towards certain colors, but overall, beads have great significance, especially in the African culture. Some have, a lot of them have fertility powers, um, powers of just positivity and friendship and love. So it really depends on the type of bead that you get and from what country it comes from. It has different meanings.
yes, I would imagine it's good high vibrational type of jewelry. Good
Yeah.
energy, high energy. I love that overall. And thank you for also breaking it down that it's not just African beads. It's beads and stones from everywhere, glassware as well. So I love to hear that and see, that you are, branching off to different cultures and nations with their material as well. That's interesting to see. But I want to kind of go into the actual Black Expo now, right? Can you just talk about what it means to you to actually be a part of this event right here in West Bloomfield?
I think it's important because West Bloomfield, especially, is a very diverse city. And when I first did it a few years ago, I was really expecting just people who look like me to be there, and people like me, that look like me to support my business. But what I've noticed, and when I do other shows, is that it's not just people who look like me, it's people from other diverse backgrounds
Right.
that support me and buy from me. And so I think that I stand out because my jewelry looks different from every other jewelry maker that I have seen and have worked around at other shows. And I'm just glad that people support me and believe in me and know that what the product that they're getting from me is an original product. I don't make
Yeah.
two of anything that look exactly the same. You may see jewelry that have the same beads, but the arrangement is different. It might have a different pendant. So I'm glad that people support me and believe in what I do. So I'm
Yes.
happy about that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It has to be a great feeling to see that, be a part of that, and just see that, it may be the Black Expo, but like you said, different people, different diversities and ethnic groups all coming together to support and to, to find out more and ask questions and network. And it's just a beautiful thing overall. I love to hear and see about it. Once again, join us right here live on The Splash is the founder of Splash of Bold Creations, who will be a vendor at the upcoming 2025 Black Expo, Sylvia Neal, talking about her own work, the story behind her brand, and participating in the Black Expo as well. Can you just kind of expound a little bit more on how you see events similar to Black Expo actually contributing to the success and visibility of Black-owned businesses in the greater West Bloomfield area?
The only other one or other two that I really see going on in West Bloomfield area, not necessarily West Bloomfield, but I participate in Waterford arts events, notably art sale, and also Oakland County Farmers Market is where art sale is held, but also Waterford community, what is it called? Community Center in Waterford. They also have events. It's not necessarily a Black Expo type of event, but
Right.
it's just a general event that's nearby that I participate in as much as I can because you get good vibes, it's good people, good organizers that do all the right things to make sure that the vendors have what they need and they do good advertising, just like Black Expo. They do a great job at advertising, getting people in, getting good vendors. And so those are the type of events that I look for when I'm choosing, where I want to show my jewelry.
And
It's really important.
Right, right. A place that essentially gives you a platform, like we said, to be visible in the community, for people to know that you exist, and for you to present your unique goods that you have that, like you said, are one of a kind that you can't
Yes.
necessarily get from anywhere else. And I love that. With that being said, one of a kind, uniqueness, creativity, what role do you think art, creativity, and cultural craftsmanship plays in empowering communities and preserving heritage as well?
I think that it's really important because when people ask me about certain beads, I can tell them 99% of the time, especially if it's African beads, I can tell them kind of like the story behind it, what it means to me to put certain beads together. I think that color for me plays a big role because a lot of times I won't make jewelry. I've purchased beads years ago and have not used them yet because it just doesn't speak to me.
Right.
It doesn't work for me yet. So I'm patient when it comes to doing that type of thing, as far as putting beads together and just letting people know what the beads mean, and hopefully that they will embrace and look at the jewelry for the original quality that it has, for the uniqueness that it has.
Right, right. And that's good that they get that educational piece behind it with the knowledge that you have to share with that. I don't want to hold up too much more of your time, Sylvia. We appreciate you for being here. One key question I would love to know for you to share with our audience, as a matter of fact, Any message that you would like to share for aspiring business owners and entrepreneurs who want to turn their passion into a business?
I think the most important thing is to never give up. And I never looked at myself as an artist. I have family members who make murals on buildings and draw and sell their art. And I'm not artsy like that. I've always been interested in different crafts and things like that, but never give up.
Mm.
Just try it. You may find your niche. And I didn't give up. I kept trying, and it's not easy. I'm not able to do a lot of the things that I used to do because making jewelry, especially with wire, it's hard on your hands, and working with small beads is hard on your eyes. But I still plug away because that's something that I love. Like I said before, it's a good stress reliever for me. And so whatever I can do to relieve stress, but also still bring joy to customers, past customers, they still support me, and new customers. Just keep plugging away. Don't give up. There's a lot of information out that can help you grow your business or grow your craft, grow your hobby, and just seek those things out. And just keep going. Just keep going. Don't let anyone discourage you. And you're your own worst critic. Remember that. But don't be critical of yourself. Just keep trying and know that you put in the hard work, it will pay off. That's my message.
I couldn't have said it better myself. As a matter of fact, I agree with that. Do all things in love. Hate is the only sin, if you ask me. Thank you so much for your time, your information.
Thank you.
Once again, founder of Splash of Bold Creations, a vendor at the 2025 Black Expo, Sylvia Neal. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.